Do you remember that you told me in our interview that you didn't ask certain questions of the defendant because you were old-fashioned and you were embarrassed?
There were sexual questions I did not ask because they do not come easy to me to ask.
You indicated that you were inhibited in your questioning of the defendant.
I said I hadn't asked her if she used KY or not, or who brought it.
This is an extremely sexually charged trial. We, of course, have these photos of Jodi and Travis naked from right before he was killed. We've heard the sex tape. My panel, we're going to debate it 15 seconds each during this sidebar before we go back into court. Given that this trial is all about all various forms of sex, most of which I can't even repeat on camera, should Alice LaViolette have demanded from Jodi specifics of everything, including the most embarrassing sexual details? I'll start with Jordan.
Alice LaViolette should have taken into account other testimony, whether it's these tapes, whether it's the testimony or the discussion from Jodi's best friend, for goodness sakes, who says she's a liar. Alice LaViolette disregarded all of the evidence against Jodi except for the discussion with Jodi, and that's wrong.
Weintraub for the defense.
The bottom line is that this witness is never going to admit to him that she did something that's going to change her opinion as to the bottom line that she believes Jodi Arias was a domestic violence victim and why. Just because there were intermittent periods of time that she enjoyed herself or that they were good together does not mean that she was not a victim of domestic violence.
Alice won't even admit that Jodi Arias is a manipulative person. I mean, she said that on the stand. That should tell you everything you need to know about the credibility of this witness. But I agree with Jordan. She had a hypothesis going in that Jodi was the victim of domestic violence, and she only used things to corroborate that.
A detective told me today that domestic violence experts are not detectives. They are not there to really analyze whether somebody's lying. They take a story and they deal with it on face value. That is the disconnect here, is that she took her story on face value when she is somebody who stabbed somebody 29 times and slit their throat. Let's go back.